Right after graduating high school, I wanted an excuse to hug the boy at the same table. I made up some lame reason about giving one to everyone in class. A loving embrace. I couldn't even hug the class president. He grabbed me by the collar and dragged me away. "You don't have to try that hard to hug me," I muttered. When the ceremony ended, I fell straight into his arms, sunlight and all. Six leaned down, his breath warm against my ear, voice low and teasing. "You can't hug anyone but me." Before the monthly exam, I shoved 20 yuan into his hand. "Buy the answer key from the top student." He took the money, but when the test came, I flipped through the dates and only saw 2 words I recognized. None of them matched what he'd sold me. After the exam, I stormed up to him, demanding justice. Six just laughed, all innocent, like it was nothing. Probably a copying mistake. That night, on the way home from school, I ran into a completely different version of my desk mate. Uniform collar pulled low, revealing sharp collarbones, earrings glinting under the streetlights. He was leaning against the seawall, waiting for the bus, looking every inch the bad boy people whispered about. White sneakers still spotless, except they were the same ones I'd accidentally stepped on that morning. I opened my mouth first. "Give me my money back. I won't tell anyone." Six lazily lifted his eyelids and looked at me. His eyes were cold, distant, nothing like the easygoing guy the whole class loved. The streetlights flickered across his angular face, calm and unreadable. Then he smiled and walked toward me. That smile wasn't harmless anymore. It felt dangerous. Long legs, steady steps, his breath brushing my skin. "Don't come any closer." My voice came out louder than I meant. His shadow swallowed mine. Instinctively, I gripped my bag strap tighter. Six curved his lips, soft and mocking, then calmly took out his wallet. With 2 fingers, he pulled out the 20 yuan bill. My eyes lit up. I reached for it. He lifted it just out of reach. I stood on tiptoe and slipped, crashing straight into his chest. My face burned. Why does he always make me fall into his arms like this? A low whistle came from behind. A group of boys in the same uniform, looking like they owned the night. One of them grinned. "What are you doing? Even threatening girls now?" Six casually draped an arm over my shoulder, the 20 yuan bill suddenly in my hand. His voice was light, almost amused. "If you've got eyesight problems, see a doctor soon." I clutched the money, cheeks still hot. The prize money I'd just won for the contest. The test covered in red marks. I'd barely survived. I knew I wasn't dumb. I just couldn't blindly memorize tricks. Every formula had to make sense to me, from the ground up. Every Thursday, we changed seats, ranked from highest score to lowest. Good students picked first. I always picked last. Standing there, bored, watching the empty desks disappear. Only one seat left in the whole room, my old one, the one next to Six. He waved at me, that same dazzling smile. Hey, Jiang and Guiet. To test the suspicion in my heart, I passed him a note. Are you a twin? Same face, totally different personality. 6 read it, then collapsed on the desk, laughing so hard the whole table shook. When he finally stopped, he leaned in close. I leaned in too. He tugged me down by the sleeve and whispered against my ear, breath warm down my neck. Why do you like it when I'm mean to you? My whole body went stiff. I sat up straight and scribbled back. Have some self-respect. Your weakness is still in my hands. He read it, nodded obediently, voice dripping fake innocence. Yes, ma'am. Between classes, envious glares shot at me from every direction. I spent the whole period gritting my teeth, feeling like I was sitting on a bed of nails. Jung Lai dragged me to the bathroom. Every class has that one super popular girl. From painful middle school experience, I knew, befriend her or never cross her. Lately she'd been extra nice. Moon with this, moon with that. At first, I kept my distance, but after hearing whispers, I started wondering if maybe friendship could actually be real. One day, a soap bubble landed on my desk. 6 had somehow gotten his hands on bubbles. I leaned in, watching the rainbow shimmer. He popped it with his pen. Water splashed across my face. I wiped it off, not even mad. I just laid my head on the desk and sighed. You're no different from me. He stayed quiet a moment, then lay down too, facing me. We didn't say anything, but for the first time, everything felt calm, like someone finally saw me. Sunlight fell across his face. His eyes were deep, endless. He was so beautiful, I couldn't look away. Then his face came closer. If I hadn't jerked back, he would have kissed me. What do you think you're doing? You're cute. I wanted to kiss you. Get lost. Even the stray dog downstairs is cuter than you. Right then, Jung Lai showed up, wanting to swap seats for the last 2 periods. 6 cut her off coldly. No. The whole class went dead silent. A little flower bloomed in my chest. I didn't understand why it felt so good. After school, the girls dragged me to look at some new Korean Idol poster. I didn't care about celebrities, but I went along. On the way home, I passed a fruit stand and bought a bag of apples with my reclaimed 20 yuan. My little brother loves apples. If I cut them into little rabbits like in anime, he'll love them even more. Hands full, I knocked on the door. Mom was home early, the door opened, and 6 was standing there. I nearly dropped the apples. Why are you at my house? My brother poked his head out, grinning. He came to help me study. 6 waved a test paper like he wanted praise. The teacher needed a parent signature. You left it in the box. Mom welcomed him warmly, smelling the fragrant rice porridge and braised shrimp on the stove. My favorite. 6 covered my mouth before I could protest and changed his voice. Thank you, Auntie. I'm starving. Mom laughed and dragged him to the table. While I washed apples in the kitchen, 6 followed, sleeves rolled up. I muttered, if you've got nothing to do, wash apples. Stop grinning like a creep. This time he didn't argue. He just stood beside me, washing apples quietly. It felt too natural. Then he suddenly slipped his arms around me from behind. Washing apples together. I yanked my hands free and started slicing rabbits. He watched, genuinely impressed. Cute. His eyes left the apple rabbits and locked on mine. Straightforward, burning. You're the cute one. My heart skipped. I grabbed the plate and fled. At dinner, Mom pulled out good wine and told old stories. She talked about my old friend Ton Tuyet Nhi, the one who knew how poor we were, the one who betrayed me when the bullying turned on me. Mom's voice cracked a little. I changed the topic fast. Later, walking 6 home, he suddenly rubbed my head. Jiang Nguyen, you haven't grown at all since first year. I swung at him. He caught my hand lightning fast. Hey, where's your house? Let me walk you to the main road. I looked where he pointed, a villa on the other side of the street. Some people are born in mansions. I grew up in a patched-together old house. Unfair? Of course. But when he rubbed my head again and smiled, the bitterness faded a little. That night, his voice echoed in my head. See you tomorrow. For the first time, I couldn't wait for school. Next morning, he didn't show. All day, I was a lost soul. No way to contact him. Turns out, classmates feel close only because we see each other every day. Take that away, and we're nothing. Then, that time of the month arrived without warning. No pads, uniform skirt, chair probably ruined. When the final bell rang, a sweaty, scratched-up 6 appeared at the door. Jiang Nguyen, still waiting? Happiness exploded in my chest. After school, he squatted in front of my desk, chin on the wood, looking pitiful. I don't want to go home. If he had a tail, it would be wagging, I whispered. That's cheating. He heard anyway and grinned. He bought pads at the supermarket, handed them over with the tiniest voice. I didn't know which kind, so I grabbed one of each. I died of embarrassment. Came back to find him on the floor, quietly wiping my chair clean. He took off his jacket, tied it around my waist, arms gently closing like a hug. Teenage warmth surrounded me. Thank you, he murmured, ruffling my hair. It's tough being a girl. He insisted on walking me home. Mom dragged him in for dinner again. Over rice, he casually said he lived alone. The air went heavy. I broke the silence. Don't worry, I'll come eat at your place, too. He smiled softly. Thank you, but I can't freeload forever. Let me tutor Jiang Nguyen instead. Mom beamed. That night, I texted him. If you're freeloading off me. Not enough tutoring? Planning to pay with your body? No reply. I dreamed he was a helpless boy I rescued from thugs, curled in my arms, whispering, you have to take responsibility. I woke up drenched in sweat. Next morning, he was already in my kitchen, apron on, making breakfast like he owned the place. I died all over again. On the way to school, we ran into Jiang Lai. Awkward silence. I panicked and drew a chalk line down the middle of our desk. 6 raised a brow. He still explained math problems, scooting close to the window so he wouldn't cross the line. I craned my neck, still couldn't see. Finally, I erased the line with my finger. He smirked. "Don't you dare draw another one." Then he saw my latest test, dead last in the advanced section. But I'd solved the one problem almost no one in the whole school got right. He looked at me seriously. "Jiang Nguyen, you're not dumb. You're made for research. Most people just memorize. You need to understand why." For the first time, someone listened to me ramble about formulas without telling me to shut up and memorize. He even looked up references with me. From then on, he tutored me every day. I started waking at dawn to study. Next monthly exam, I crushed it. After the test, he slipped me a folded note. Open it only during the exam. Inside, "Good job, my desk mate." My heart felt weightless. I went to help at his family's skating rink. Some thug harassed a girl and demanded compensation. He tried to force a can of milk on me. I drank it to end things fast. Turns out it was alcohol. The world spun. Six appeared, pulled me into his arms, voice ice cold. "Show some respect." He carried me to his empty villa, took care of me all night, told me his story, broken marriage, parents with new families, 3 houses but no home. I wanted to hug him, but he was too proud to let me. Later, some rich kid publicly confessed, wouldn't leave me alone. Six showed up, pulled me behind him, told the guy coldly, "She said no." Rumors flew. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be my friend. Some friendships turned fake fast. Then the fancy dinner invitation turned out to be a setup to push Six toward the thug's little sister. Ton Tuyet Nhi was there, the girl who'd betrayed me years ago. She looked small, nervous, asked if she could come play at my house. I told her gently, "Let's pretend we never knew each other." I didn't want to live in hate anymore. I got the highest math score in the grade. People's attitudes flipped overnight. Jiang Lai turned cold. Some girls isolated me again. But I had real friends now. Business, my brother, Six. One rainy noon, a group of boys bet on girls' bra colors. Six punched the ringleader without hesitation. Later, I poked him with a pen. "Does your hand hurt?" He turned away, ears red. "Go get some air." Puberty hit him hard. He shot up, started keeping a meter distance like I was contagious. I teased him about catching my cold. He finally gave in and let me lean on him while I sneezed. We had a study sleepover at his empty villa, turned into movies, junk food, and deep talks about dreams. I said I wanted to do math research that actually helps people, farmers like my parents. Six looked at me like I was the coolest person alive. Seat change day. I picked him again. He pretended to be annoyed until I sat down. "Welcome back, table mate." Nights walking home under full moons, shadows holding hand on the ground. He asked once, "Do fish in the sea get leg cramps?" I laughed so hard I almost cried. Then my dad fell from scaffolding, critical condition. The company owed him wages. I begged, cried, got thrown out. 6 walked out of the CEO's office. Turns out the company was his family's. He made them pay everything. Dad survived, lost a leg. 6 disappeared right after graduation. Left only a shirt button in my drawer. The second one, closest to the heart. Years later, I'm a researcher. My brother designs prosthetics. Dad uses one that works perfectly. I help villages escape poverty with math models. Parents are proud. But every confession, I ask the same stupid question. If fish stood in the sea, would their legs hurt? No one ever knows the right answer. Until one night, walking alone, someone catches me before I fall. A giant rabbit costume. I pull off the head. 6, older, eyes red, same sunbright smile. I ask, voice shaking, if fish stood in the sea, would their legs hurt? He hugs me tight, because a crow is like a writing desk. I blink, confused. He laughs softly against my hair. Because I like you. All the nonsense we ever said, it was always just, I love you.